Janila. My name is Mandy Thompson. Thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Hello, my name is Janila. I'm a fifth grade ELA and science teacher, and I'm really excited about this session.
Yes, me too. I'm glad you could meet with me. So, from what I'm hearing, it seems that you are having some concerns in your classroom, specifically with the subjects that you teach and that you're planning for. So, if you would like to, elaborate a little bit more on that so I can get just a little bit more insight, and I would love to see what I can do to help you.
Okay, well, what I did was I sent you like a paragraph. Sorry about
Mhm.
that, about my concern. And
That's okay.
then I actually sent you an example of this is my science plan of what I'm
Hmm.
doing, and I try to integrate a little bit of. We're also a STEAM school, so I have to do
Hmm.
that on top of it, science, math, or art, integrate one of those things into whatever I'm doing. Then we also
Okay.
have reading and ELA, so you can see an
Okay.
example of what my team teacher did versus what I'm doing.
Okay.
And her lesson plan style is a bit different from mine, but we
Hmm.
are a four-man team. So we're responsible for doing reading, ELA, and science, while the other two teachers are responsible for doing math and social studies. The problem
Okay.
is they're veteran teachers, so they already have resources and their plans get done like that. We're both
Mm.
first year teachers. We've yet to communicate this week, and we don't have any lesson plans turned in for what we're doing the following week. So we're
Okay.
always behind.
Okay. So one problem that I hear, just based off what you're saying, is that it seems that you have two veteran teachers working together and two first-year teachers working together, correct?
Yes,
Okay. Now, was that assigned by your admin, or how was that planning team created?
that was assigned by admin.
Interesting. Okay. So, just out of curiosity, have you thought about contacting your admin to let them know struggling as two first-year teachers, and maybe you want to switch up how you plan, or is this like you only teach ELA and science, or is do you see what I'm saying? Is there a way that we can switch up who plans what?
We only teach and we only plan for ELA and science in those content areas.
Oh, I
And the
see.
thing is, at one point, they had a temp teacher for 2 months. So it was really me planning a majority of the plans for ELA and science. Then this other teacher came in. I'm already not really sure about how to integrate the two. And then she's really like not knowledgeable on it. But we decided,
Okay.
okay, I would do science, she would do grammar, then we would try to do reading. But then I found myself, winding up doing a majority of the work because she honestly doesn't know. As she stated during her student teaching, she never really had to do lesson plans for herself before, which I am understanding, but it's also kind of frustrating. Because
Absolutely. I understand your frustration. Absolutely. I mean, it seems like you're doing a large portion of the work. So you're saying you teach science, you plan science, she plans grammar. And how did you say that reading plans work?
she said she would do reading, but then last week she told me to do the other half of the week because she didn't know what to do. So I still
Mm.
find myself doing a majority of the work.
Have you, do you share your lesson plan template with one another? So is it like a Google Doc that you can both edit simultaneously? Or is it her document that she creates and she shares it with you when she's done? Or how does that work?
We share it and we work together, and we tried doing that before we split off the content areas. However, it just wound up taking us like 5 hours just to do
Mhm.
it because I would make an edit and then she wouldn't really agree with it and would go over it. But then she would do something and I'm like, that makes no sense. And then I would go over it. So like, you know what? How about 1 month you do ELA and reading and I'll do science and STEAM, and then 1 month we'll just switch. But I still don't think that's working.
Okay, so have you gotten to the point to where you've switched yet?
Not yet. We just tried it this month.
Okay, okay. So it definitely seems that you have, some stress that's been created by this problem. I think it's given you a lot more work, it seems like, to be doing, and you feel that pressure right now. And I'm sure your admin's also putting some pressure on you of, wanting those lesson plans done, wanting them done correctly. So I would say that we need to try to come up with some goals of how to solve this problem.
Okay.
Do you have any ideas as of right now of, things that you would like to do to possibly solve this problem, whether it be to better your communication with one another, whether it be how you want to plan together, anything like that, before I kind of start trying to think of things?
I really want to find a way to integrate reading and science together. Like, they're
Okay,
so hard because I was shocked that they gave me reading and science and not reading and social studies. It's almost impossible. So I've really been struggling with how to integrate the two so I can put enough assignments in the grade book, which is what
right,
I kind of put earlier. Like, my admin wants me to put some more assignments in, and I'm like, there's no room. So
right. Okay. Is there anything else that you have thought of or have any other ideas about?
also trying to find a solid way for the team teacher and I to plan. I don't know what method is going to work best for us, but I know me doing one subject and her doing the other is probably not going to work long term.
Right. No, I would agree. Okay. So right now, you just expressed that you want to find a way to integrate reading and science together. And then you also want to find a solid way for you and your team teacher to plan together, correct? Okay.
Yes.
So if you're open to some of my ideas, I would suggest possibly finding 2 days that you can sit with one another. So I would say the first day would be a very short meeting. So 2 days, the first meeting can be 15 to 20 minutes long.
Okay.
And during that first meeting, I would say that this might be Monday or Tuesday, early in the week. Okay. First meeting, 15 to 20 minutes long, Monday or Tuesday. And this session be strictly to go over the objectives and goals of what you want your lesson plans to be for that week.
Okay.
So you would sit down together, write out your student criteria, your success criteria, your goals and objectives. So that way, when you two separate for the rest of the week, you can have already collaborated on what you want the expectations to be for that week. So that way, you've kind of had like a little bit of a background, and you've um, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you have agreed to do that together, and that's success criteria, and those expectations are something that you've already talked about and you both agree to. So that way, when you leave, you can have a plan to start planning for separately. So that way, when you
Okay.
come back towards the end of the week, you should already have separately planned a lot of stuff. So that way, when you come back, you can maybe do your longer planning time together, 30 to 45 minutes of going over what each of you already have and tweaking it as needed.
Oh wow. That that would sound great for us to take time out of the week and work together. So I'm ready. Will you type that as well?
Yes,
Okay,
I will.
thank you.
I'm working on it right now and I can email it to you.
I tend to get to work an hour early anyway. Maybe we can meet like at 8 o'clock and work together for, like you said, that good 15 to 20 minutes
Mhm.
and
So
do
maybe
it
meet
that
at 8 o'clock on Monday mornings.
okay.
Okay. I think that's a great step right there. And especially if that works for her as well. I think that just getting on the same page for before you even start planning, to make sure you have those clear student objectives that should lead what you plan separately for the week, as long as you just agree on what your even objectives are.
Okay.
Does
So
that make sense?
yes, I'm literally going to message her right after this session because I have something, but I don't see anything, and she's yet to share her lesson plans with me.
Mm,
So,
okay. So I would say that that's another thing, that, lesson plans should be shared with one another by, I mean, I don't know what's a good time for you that you feel like you should be able to access her plans and she should be able to access your plans.
At least like Sunday afternoon, so like around like now, at least at 2 o'clock, so I could see what she's doing and I can make necessary, feedback. We should be able to make opinions on one another's stuff without
Absolutely.
feeling weird.
Absolutely. So I just made another note that maybe we share them by noon on Sunday. So that way there's a little bit more of a grace period. So that way, if it is actually 2 p.m., it's a little bit later, then that's like, it's okay. It's just a little bit late.
Okay. Noon.
Okay, so let's just go back over some things that we talked about during this session. So I believe that we have set a goal to meet with your team teacher
Yes.
on Mondays, hopefully maybe at 8 a.m.
Yes.
Okay, for 15 to 20 minutes to strictly lay out the objectives for your lesson plans.
Yes, the success criteria, learning objectives, as you stated. Okay.
Yes. Awesome. Does that sound like a good plan?
Yes.
Okay. And then the other thing is to set the expectation for yourself and your team teacher to share lesson plans with one another
Okay.
by noon on Sundays the week prior.
Okay.
Two-way street, just setting those expectations for yourself and for her. I
Okay.
think that will create some good communication and collaboration among the both of you.
Okay, great.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you, Janila, for meeting with me today, and I hope that we get to meet again soon and we can discuss how your goals have went, if we've met them, and if you both are meeting those expectations.
Thank you. You've helped me out so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you, Janila.
All right.